You gave up a TV job to start a podcast in your basement. If that doesn't scream midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
It was Championship Sunday here in Indianapolis. What's the mindset then coming in as a defending champion?
I want to win. No, I want to win.
The young lady over my shoulder, Caitlin Clark.
Not the best looking guy. And I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say, Matt Randazzo was really good looking.
What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you? It's an important fan base for the Fighting Illini, is it not?
It is.
He turned 69 years young last week. You look good, Coach.
Oh, try it. Thank you.
Welcome to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. Wednesday, October 29th. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's hump day. We've officially made it halfway through the work week. Hopefully you're enjoying the shows throughout the week and we can get you through your Wednesday and towards that weekend. It's a big weekend for us in the Randazzo household. After Halloween, we're going to go trick-or-treat with the kids, all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to hit the car and head to Detroit for the Lions game this weekend. So we're excited around the Randazzo household. Super excited, though, about today's show. We're going to get to that in just a second. If you're watching us live on YouTube, we appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Make sure you've subscribed to the show. If you haven't, do so. If you already have, tell everybody that you know about what we're doing here in the Quad Cities each and every weekday. And we're getting close. We're getting close to 2 years. We're about 2 months away from, a year. We're about 2 months away from being to a year of doing this. And it's been a bunch of fun. Somebody reminded me the other day, like, hey, when was your last day at your old job? And I said November 8th. So I'm getting close to being a year removed from doing what I used to do and doing this. And we're loving it and having a blast each and every weekday. So if you're on YouTube, thank you. Get on the chat. The chat's been very active the last week or so. We love that. As I explained yesterday, I'm starting to get everything when it comes to technology and all that kind of stuff, so I can give a little more attention to the actual chat itself during the show. A lot of things that's going on behind this stupid little computer. So we're doing it. We're making it work. It's been a bunch of fun. If you're watching us on X, that's awesome. X has been very, very good to us. We're live on X. Same thing. Feedback on X is awesome as well. You can check out the show on all the podcasting platforms as well. So go to Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Podbean, you name it. Pick an app or a platform for a podcast, put it Off There with Matt Randazzo. You should find the show. That way you can listen to it and not look at me. That's always better, in my opinion, and everybody else's opinion as well. So also welcome to the viewers in Central Iowa. Love having you on board. We're over a month doing the show up there, and we're having a blast doing it. So thank you for the feedback and everything we've gotten from Central Iowa and beyond. This week, as I mentioned, it's been a bunch of fun. Yesterday's show alone was Pat Anger, Brock Harding, Mitch Stormer from View from the West, and then Jackson McAvoy, the quarterback at Geneseo. So if you missed that show, go check it out. Brock was awesome. Pat was awesome. Everybody did a great job. So go check out yesterday's show. Also this week, we've had Tyler Tashman on. We've had Nick Welch and Clay Waterbury and John Marks. So two very busy shows already to start the week. We're super pumped about where things are going. I love today's show. I'm super excited about today's show. I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. Coming up in a matter of moments, Iowa basketball player, a forward transfer, Alvaro Folgueiras will join us. We did our show up in Iowa City a few weeks ago. Didn't get a chance to talk to Al. And we got it set up. We're super excited about having it today. a really, really fun interview. You'll hear that, and that's coming up in just a matter of moments. Also, it is Wednesday, which means Jake Brend will be along with the Iowa State Cyclone side of things, our Cyclone expert from Cyclone Fanatic and Iowa Everywhere. Jake does an amazing job. Cyclones 5-3 on the season, 3-game losing streak. They got off to a great start against BYU, and then gave it all back. A costly interception kind of turned the tide in that game, and they're now have lost 3 straight games. So they got Arizona State coming up this weekend. Basketball season starting up for them as well. So Jake Brend coming up later here in hour number 1 as well. In hour number 2, we're going to go over to my alma mater, the Alleman soccer program for the boys in the Sweet 16 with a big victory last night. They won 6-0. They'll take on Quincy Notre Dame on Saturday for a sectional championship. Their leading scorer and junior Jack Wendt will join the show here coming up in hour number 2 as well. And then it's Ness Guest Wednesday as well. Our good friend Mark Ness will be along. We're going to be we recorded it yesterday at Hungry Hobo. We'll have this week's Ness Guest winner. Thank you to Hungry Hobo for being a fantastic sponsor. We'll have last week's winner, I guess, if that makes sense. Look ahead to this week's picks. Have a bunch of fun as well. And I'll remind everyone, Ness Guest, nearly 40 years of the original Pick'em contest here in the Quad Cities when it comes to football. We've got it back. We brought it back. Mark Nessler just turned 70, by the way, last week. Having a blast doing it. Excuse me, doing an amazing job. So that coming up later on in hour number 2 as well. Some news and notes before we get rocking and rolling. Congratulations to a trio of MAC volleyball teams making it to state yesterday. Familiar names, familiar faces, Assumption, North Scott, and Pleasant Valley, and 3A, 4A, and 5A, all making it back to state. We'll catch up with some of those teams throughout the week, hoping to snag 1 or 2 of them tomorrow on the show is the hope. But congratulations to the Lady Knights, Lady Lancers, and Lady Spartans for making their way back to state in Coralville. We mentioned Alleman. They won 6-0 soccer-wise, so they are in the sectional championship game coming up on Saturday. Some football news. The Bears signed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, a safety, played for my Lions, played for Philadelphia's Super Bowl winner. Only 27 years old. Plenty of tread left on the tires. CJGJ is interesting to me. He's super talented. I don't want to say he's like a problem in the locker room or anything like that, because teams have won Super Bowls with him, but he brings a big personality. Bears beat up in the secondary, an interesting signing. Dennis Allen used to coach him in New Orleans, where he originally was drafted, so that makes sense there. Ben Johnson obviously was around him in Detroit as well when he was there for a year, so makes sense on the signings, a lot of connections as well. And this kind of goes to show, if you're wondering who's steering the ship in Chicago, Ben Johnson has a lot of say in everything, and this one just reeks of a Ben Johnson wants this guy, he knows this guy. So CJGJ, as we lovingly refer to him around the Randazzo household for a year, in Chicago now with the Bears, helping out with that secondary. World Series, Game 4 last night. Blue Jays win 6-2, so the series is tied at 2. It's been a fun series. Obviously, Game 3 was historic and one everyone will remember, going 18 innings. But hats off to the Blue Jays after losing a game like that to come back on the road and get the series tied back up at 2. Should be great. I'm hoping for a 7-game series. As someone who has no horse in the race when it comes to who wins, love to see the Blue Jays probably win. The Dodgers have enough, but I just want to see a Game 7. I love Game 7s in sports, especially in the World Series. So we'll see where that series goes to as well. Well, I mentioned to start the show 2 weeks ago today, we were at Carver Hawkeye Arena for Off the Air. It was the men's basketball media day. Had a great time. If you missed it, basketball season starts Tuesdays. I'm going to repost them, or starts on Tuesday. I'm going to repost some of the shows that we did, the 2 that we did up in Iowa City. But for the men's show alone, it was Cooper Koch and Bennett Sturtz and Isaiah Howard and Brendan Hawson and Ben McCullum and both Dolph and Bobby Hansen. So we had a ton of people on it. One guy I wanted to talk to was Alvaro Folgueiras, excuse me, the transfer from Robert Morris. Didn't get a chance to do it that day. Very, very popular individual, was overseas over the summer, so it was the first time the media had a chance to chat with him. So I wanted to catch up with him. James Allen's an amazing human being, amazing person in the Iowa athletic department, and he made it happen. So I finally got to catch up with one of the most interesting and talented players on this year's Iowa basketball team. So joining us now, a new face to the Iowa basketball program, Alvaro Folgueiras joins us today. Thank you for doing this. I was up for media day. I wanted to get you, didn't get a chance to chat, so I appreciate you taking the time to do it today.
Thank you, Matt. Nice to meet you, and so glad to be here.
It's an exciting time. You guys are about a week away from real basketball games. Talk about your transition from Robert Morris to Iowa. What's that been like? And what's, I guess, the maybe biggest difference between maybe last year and in Iowa City this year?
Well, difference are there is a bunch. Football games are super fun. The high major privileges. I really enjoyed them, but with that, there is a lot of responsibilities to cover, and through the struggle, I'm capable to grow and cover all of them, and that's what it's all about.
I know this summer was busy for you. You're moving homes and getting to Iowa City, but you get to go overseas, and I know that was important. Kind of talk about your summer, your off season, and doing well overseas. Kind of talk about how busy it was and what that meant to you.
Well, I play with the U20. And we practiced for a month and a half plus the tournament, and then we played. I practiced with the men's national team, like a prospect team of the young Spanish players, and that was fun. It was a learning summer. It was a long one, but I enjoy doing what I like to do most. That is playing basketball, and even more with my friends, and I've been playing with them since I'm 12 years old. So every summer with the national team is super special. There is a big responsibility when you put your national team jersey on. A lot of people proud, and you represent a lot. So that's kind of chip in your shoulder, and even more being Spain, you gotta go there and try to prove all of them that Spanish basketball is one of the best in the world. So it was a learning summer because I always play for getting the finals, to get playing to the last day, and we said bye to that possibility of winning the goal early in quarterfinals against Serbia. That's why I say it was a learning summer, because through that lead and through that paper that coach gave me out there, I could see a lot of things I need to improve on and work on. So it was fun too.
Alvaro, what kind of basketball player can Iowa basketball fans expect? Everyone they've seen your games, they've seen highlights. What kind of a basketball player can we expect at Carver Hawkeye Arena this winter?
One that is trying to make his team win all the time. That's my first priority and my only one. And the only way I can do that is doing everything I know how to do on the court as best as I can. So I'm gonna go and compete out there to make my team win, and the rest it doesn't matter.
How has this team meshed? Because there's some familiar faces from Drake and Coach McCollum, and then there's different pieces that have been put together. It's a big puzzle. Tell me about that puzzle. What have you seen in practice in the early going, and how is this team kind of connecting when it comes to on the court, but maybe off the court as well?
Well, to play for Coach Mag, you got to check a lot of boxes. I can tell you that. One of the main ones is being a great teammate and be here for serve to each other. We have to have a great group of guys and great group of people around, and like that is way easier to work. So super comfortable with them on the court and off the court too. And it feels like a real college experience, not just a bunch of guys that came here and played together for a year. So I really feel that even this early in the year, I I can have these people around for a long time because they're just amazing.
You mentioned Coach Mack. Why Iowa? What was it about this place and maybe that coach that made you to finally decide to come to Iowa and play basketball here?
Well, it was a long recruiting process, and Iowa was different for a lot of things. Uh, I remember first time I go to the transfer portal. That the same day at night, Coach Matt called me and he's like, "Listen, I don't really get excited about transfer portal guys, but I'm excited about you. And I just got the job today, and I have the best pointer in the country." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, nice. Tell me more. Who else?" He's like, "That's it." Like, I just got the job today, so I really want to keep in touch. And they were up there since the beginning. And if there was any question about it, they just shut it down when we met in person. And I always in my life chose people, and this wasn't the exception. So yeah, when as soon as I came here to in the visit, it was hard to say no to the offer and to the conditions that they were putting on the table. So for many reasons I'm here, and yeah, basically like he won everywhere he'd been, and I think that I thought I could be part of this.
You uh you have the opportunity to play with Bennett Sturts. You mentioned that point guard, and that was a selling point. What is it about him? What have you seen from him, and what's it like sharing the floor with a guy that the rest of the country got to know real quickly last year?
It's exciting. I think that the main point for both of us is that we serve less guys. Well, and we're gonna play for the team, and we gotta play with that gravity. With Ben around, we gotta really learn how to use it, and we working on that. But it's always better when you have a guy that holds the ball, and the guy who starts the play really know how to play basketball and how to do it. So I'm super comfortable with it.
I want to play for you. We did our show from Media Day, and I got to talk to a lot of your teammates. And I love asking the question about who is the guy who keeps things light and has fun at practice, maybe the class clown in a nice way. And I want to here's what they had to say about that answer, and I'll let you kind of respond. Is there a clown? Is there a guy that's just in a nice way, a class clown in a nice way, like a jokester, a guy who's always trying to be funny?
I would say Alvaro.
Oh, really?
Alvaro's the Spaniard in him. He's good at cracking some jokes sometimes or just being goofy.
Is there a class clown, a goofball in this team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Alvaro Folgueiras from Spain.
2 for 2.
Yeah,
it's
going to be every time. Yeah.
Why? What is it about that guy?
He's from Spain, so he brings like a different level of goofiness. Like, it's not like U.S. humor. It's Spain humor. Yeah. So it's something that we haven't seen before. And then he just doesn't care sometimes, so he does whatever he wants.
I think everyone has a little goofy side to him. So depending on the day, you might get someone else. Al is pretty always goofy.
That's 3 for 3.
Yeah, Al's pretty goofy.
Alvaro.
We got to have Alvaro on here. I've already told James Allen I got to get him over here.
You got to get him
because?
on here. He just makes you laugh. He lights up a room. He's just an awesome guy.
He's got a kind of fire. He's got a fire in him. Like he's fiery. That's his greatest strength, greatest weakness. Off the floor, he's just goofy all the time, goofing around. But he's the type that can goof around and then 10 seconds later be super serious and compete.
Yeah. I think from listening to those guys, they really like you. Kind of what goes through your mind when you hear them talk about your personality and you the person, not the basketball player.
Well, it just means that I'm comfortable with them and I can be myself. It's always better when you live live your life and every single time with that sense of humor and that's life about. That's what life is about. I'm like that in Spain too, but like here I had to develop quick. That kind of things because I came here without learning English, and I had to um, adapt myself to socialize better without talking that much. And humor is always a good a good thing to have between teammates, between people, and yeah, I'm glad they see me like that, and like they have a good time with me.
Oh, they love it. They love it. They also mentioned fire and passion. Talk about that side of you, especially on the basketball court. It means a lot. You can tell with some of the highlights I've seen from your play. It means a lot. Talk about that fiery side, maybe, when it comes to your basketball game.
Well, I'm really competitive. Like you can see that I'm not hiding either, and it comes from sense. Everyone who had a older brother is tends to be really competitive, and I had a brother with 3 years more, and I didn't care if I was the little one. I was always trying to compete, and I think that was in my DNA, and my situation in life made me even more aware of what being competitive is like. So yeah, I just love to win, and I'm glad people like are here too. So they understand me with good.
I got to ask you a few fun questions before I let you go. I know you just get done with practice and you got to get rolling. Do you, being from Spain, is there a favorite food? What's the food you got to have? Do you miss some of that food? Have you adapted to being over here in the American food? What's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I would say, in Spain you gotta try espetos. Is like that's like sardines with like sticking on a stick, like five sardines, and
That
then
doesn't
you
sound,
like
Al, that doesn't sound good. It's good?
it's really good. You don't know what you're talking about, okay?
No, I'm
Don't talk
sure.
don't talk about my food like that, man. Nah, it's really good.
I
It's
love
it's
it.
typical from Malaga, my hometown, and yeah, you gotta try cachopo too. It's like two little slices of steak with Spanish ham, like yeah,
That sounds good.
and
Now that sounds
and
really good.
cheese and cheese fried. Yeah, you gotta try it too. And what else? I miss pretty much everything, honestly.
What about here? Like, what's the pick to click here in America when it comes to something you fall in love with here that you might not get over there?
I would say um, the chicken legs from Grace are really good. I gotta say. For example, I would say um, every kind of fast food, but I try to do not abuse of them. So um, yeah, here that kind of foods I don't really eat it in Spain as much. So yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that.
If you weren't playing basketball and you had to play another sport, what would that sport be and why?
I'll be 100% soccer. I'll be a center back, kicking people 24/7.
You good?
That'll be me. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Of,
I will not say I'm bad, but yeah, like that's the main sport in Spain, and you like when you're in the school, like you don't have other option than play soccer, because that's what boys does in Spain. So
I love it. I love it.
yeah.
If you could have dinner with one person, anybody you wanted to have dinner with in the world, who would it be and why?
It's gotta be alive. Like I mean,
Yeah, either or.
like
Either or.
or
I got power. I'll
and
bring
it's always
somebody
good.
back if you need to. You tell me.
Oh, wow, that's a good one. I'll have to think about it. I'll say personal. That's a good one.
Yeah. No, I like it. And then finally, maybe when it comes to Halloween's this week. Are you a Halloween guy? When did you learn about Halloween? Is Halloween a Spain thing? And have you ever dressed up in a costume and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we have Halloween in Spain. It's not like here because here is like the whole month, and it's pretty crazy. But yeah, in Spain we have one day of Halloween, and people go and do trick or treat and everything like that. But here
What
is bigger.
What's your favorite costume you dressed up as? Do you remember?
I used I gotta do it simple, man. I'm not that creative, and most of the customs don't fit on me, so I gotta keep it simple. I gotta keep it simple, put a mask on, and that's it.
I love it. Favorite candy. Last one. Favorite candy since it's trick or treat and
Free
Halloween.
candy.
What's that favorite candy?
Ooh, uh, I'm not really candy guy. Ooh, I
See,
don't know.
unfortunately, Alvaro, I'm too much of a candy guy, if you can't tell. So
Yeah,
that's probably the difference between you and me. What was the pick?
I would say Skittles, for example.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
works. That works. This
Oh,
week, you get to make your debut coming up against your old school next Tuesday against Robert Morris. I can't let you go without asking, what's that going to be like? Not just making your debut at Iowa, but doing it against a familiar foe with Robert Morris on the other side of the court.
it's gonna be special for many reasons. I gotta keep calm on that because at the end of the day, the court talks and it's gonna be 5-on-5, and I'm a Hawkeye, so let's try to be the best player possible for them. Then the rest doesn't really matter on the court, but I also gotta show, and I gotta say because I have a lot of respect and I have a lot of love for the Robert Morris. They were my only offer at D1 when I was coming out of high school, so I gotta be more than thankful and play these kind of games with a lot of passion and trying to win, but also with a sense of respect because I'm playing against a team that gave me pretty much everything, and against Coach Tool that made me a way better player. So because of them, I'm also here.
Alvaro, I've appreciated your time. I'm glad you're a Hawkeye. I think you're going to be a blast to cover for the next couple of years. So enjoy this season, stay healthy, and we'll catch up with you again real soon.
I appreciate you, Matt. Bye.
All right. Alvaro Folgueiras joining us and off there with Matt Randazzo. That was a lot of fun. And if you couldn't tell from the clip I played, that was somebody I had to talk to because, one, he's a really good basketball player. And I think he's going to make a big impact on the Hawkeyes this year. But just the stories from his teammates, you could tell, very likable young man. I have a feeling he'll be a crowd favorite at Carver Hawkeye Arena this winter and beyond. We got more to get to. You're watching Off the Air on a Wednesday right here in the Quad Cities. All right, be honest. Are you craving Hungry Hobo again? You know, that fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches, hot off the grill chicken and steak with all those delicious toppings, the biggest and best selection of baked potatoes, or simply some waffle fries dipped in cheese. Well, now that Quad City favorite is even easier to get. Download the Hungry Hobo app today. Order ahead, skip the line, and earn rewards all at the same time. There's Double Points Monday and exclusive specials as well. With 12 locations in the Quad City area, it's Hungry Hobo. Now even easier to find, but still hard to resist.
Rafferty Funeral Home, dedicated to serving families in the Quad Cities since 2007.
Hi, welcome. Here, come on in.
An experienced staff plans each service to reflect the unique life and legacy of your loved one. Rafferty Funeral Home is proud to serve our community with dignity, respect, and compassion, helping you to celebrate your traditions and lasting memories no matter your faith, culture, or budget. Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline. Call today to discuss prearrangements.
When it comes to quality, convenient pizza, Godfather's Pizza in Silvis has you covered. Featuring a beautiful dine-in area, delivery, and a carry-out window. Godfather's Pizza is that pizza you grew up with, not a convenience store. You see, at Godfather's Pizza, the dough is made fresh daily. That mozzarella cheese is shredded fresh and never frozen. And those toppings are abundantly piled high each and every time. Locally owned and operated since 2010, Godfather's is a huge supporter of local athletes right here in the Quad Cities. So come on by and check them out at 1211 Avenue of the Cities in Silvis. Order online at godfathers.com and reunite with that same delicious pizza you grew up with. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. It is Wednesday, which means we have to talk Cyclones, and we have a lot to talk about because I thought for sure they were getting over the hump and getting back on track against BYU, and man, it looked like it for the first quarter. I was thinking things are going well, and then things didn't go well. Joining me now, Jake Brend from the Cyclone Fanatic and also Iowa Everywhere. Jake, I was sitting there 17-7 thinking this is exactly what I expected. Your thoughts on the start and then maybe overall thoughts on the game itself.
Yeah, I think the start is maybe what makes it even more frustrating than just a loss, because they did look so good. And not only did they look physically on par with BYU, I thought they looked better. I thought the offensive line maybe had their best half of football under Matt Campbell. Like it was a legitimately great performance by the offensive line. And to get up 17-7, to have you're in the red zone and Rocco he throws a bad interception and it changes the game. It kind of is just all of the frustrations combined into one game, because Iowa State pretty much had 500 yards of offense and only 27 points to show for it. That's been the story of the last 3 weeks. The offense is still moving the ball at an elite level. They look like an elite offense until they get in the red zone, and for whatever reason, whether it's a bad penalty, a turnover, a drop, they cannot execute right now, and that's what's led to the 3-game losing streak.
It's funny, Jake, because we hop on and do a show Saturday evenings, and Tom Kaker joins me. It's usually Hawkeye centered, but I always recap and look at the Illinois and Iowa State stuff here in the Quad Cities. And I hadn't got to watch a lot of it. I watched the start, and then I was at Kinnick, so I didn't get to watch. I just kept on looking at updates, and I looked at the box score. And that was my question for you, is because I remember reading the box score like an idiot, because you can't tell a game from reading a box score, and I know that, but I'm trying to, and during the show, I'm like, Rocco 300 plus passing, Hansen great on the ground. Like, they just piled up yards after yards. And I think that's the biggest concern right now, is turning stats or yardage into points, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. It's very cynical, but I don't think I was alone when in the third quarter, Carson Hansen breaks loose a 65-yard run, and I was like, oh, dang, he got tackled. They're not going to score. And I think that was kind of echoed throughout the fan base, throughout Jack Trice Stadium, because that's what it feels like right now. It feels like if Iowa State gets the ball close, they're not able to punch it in right now. And it's super frustrating. The team is frustrated, extremely frustrated with it. And I think the solution is just as simple as get back to playing free, get back to playing fun, because they're pressing. There's no doubt about that. That's the word they've all been using. And I think they're just pressing because they know the defense is down. They haven't had the kicking game going, and of course Conradi came back this week, but I think they're trying to do too much, and when you try to do too much, that leads to mistakes, and simply easy mistakes that they shouldn't make, and they used to not make either.
It's funny because and I agree with you, quit pressing and relax and all those kind of things, because I think they're trying to do too much, knowing that there's other parts of the team that aren't to their normal level, if that makes any sense. But with that being said, X's and O's wise, can you do anything different? So I'm a fan of bad football. I'm a Detroit Lions fan for so many years. And that used to be the same thing where Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson would get up and down the field. They'd go double Calvin and the Lions would settle for a field goal, because is there something X's and O's wise, running game wise, or something that can help this maybe red zone struggles or getting into the end zone struggles?
I honestly don't think so. I don't really think the play call's been the issue. There's been plays there. Like Aiden Flora dropped a walk-in touchdown that hit him in the face mask. It was a good play call on a wheel route, and it was there. It wasn't executed. Rocco, of course, he threw that first half interception when Chase Sewell was standing wide open in the end zone. I don't know if it was miscommunication. He just missed him. He missed Chase Sewell again later in the game. It overthrew him, and he was able to make an incredible catch, just couldn't get a foot down. So I don't think there's much you can change other than maybe run the ball a little bit more if you're having success with the O-line. But at the same time, I think they did when they got inside the 10 after that Hansen run, I want to say they ran it again and got stuffed. So feels like to me they're not out of options, but it doesn't seem like there's many changes to be made other than make the plays when they're there.
Can you talk to me about the Cyclone defense and where do they, obviously giving up 41 points, not ideal. They're beat up on that side of the football. Is it just kind of band-aid it and the offense score more points this year? Or is there a way to get that side of the football to play a little better as we go to the home stretch of this year?
I don't think there's many ways they can play much better. I think when you lose 2 All-American caliber corners, it changes a lot, and I don't think the defensive line is particularly great anyways. The linebackers have been fine. The safeties have really struggled since the corners went out because they've kind of had to change their jobs. So I think the defense is what it is at this point. And to their credit, they're stopping the run. Outside of that first half against Cincinnati, they have really, really stopped the run well. I don't think you can completely pin this on the defense because the offense turned the ball over 4 times. The kicking team, it cannot get the ball past the 15-yard line. Their coverage, they're doing all they can to keep them before the 40-yard line. So I think the defense, while not great, it's certainly not the only blame because they are not being put in good situations at all. And I think if they continue to stop the run like they're doing, I think they'll be okay. They just got to shore up some of the miscommunications in the back end of that secondary.
Jake Brend from Cyclone Fanatic in Iowa Everywhere joining us right now on Off Day with Matt Randazzo. Jake, you look at the 3-game losing streak, and it was a special start. And I remember thinking, like, is this team going to wear down a little bit? And with that being said, I didn't think it'd be a 3-game losing streak, but we talked about the travels and the emotional games early and all of the kind of things going down to a small game that usually you get at home at Jack Trice Stadium. Is this team tired? Is this team, I mean, they've had the bye week, so injury-wise, it's beat up. Where is it when it comes to that kind of thing? Because I saw maybe a dip just because of the emotional early games and the travel and everything early. I just didn't think it would sustain the way it has. Mentally, I know it's a cliche in football, but mentally, where's this team at right now?
Yeah, I think there's definitely mental exhaustion, and that just comes with losing. But I don't really think you can tie it back to the 5-0 start at this point. Or at least the travel and the novelty of that first 4-game stretch. If anything, they're dealing with mental exhaustion from the expectation of being 5-0, having the target on your back. That's where I would see it most because I think that's where the pressing is coming from. The team set out their goal to be a Big 12 championship. And when you lose at Cincinnati, you've got less room for error, and then you lose to a terrible, terrible Colorado team. So I think that's as much of the mental exhaustion as anything. I don't think Dublin plays a factor right now.
What's the vibe of the fan base? I feel like last week, you mentioned something along the lines of, if they don't win this game, it may switch to like, when's the basketball game and what's going on with those basketball programs and all those kind of things. Where is it at? You have a good vibe, good pulse of what goes on. I know that place is going to be rocking and it's going to be a great environment on Saturday. But with that being said, I'm an Iowa fan as well. And I know that when losing happens, people get cranky and sometimes go overboard, if that makes any sense. What have you seen? You're in it, you know it. What's the fan base like right now?
Yeah, like any fan base, there's extremes on both ends. I still feel like the consensus amongst the fan base is that the team is good enough to still rally and have a really good season. The goals of a Big 12 championship are not going to be hit. But when you look at the remaining schedule, I know we'll probably talk about Arizona State. They come in without their quarterback. Yeah. I would guess their first-round pick, wide receiver Jordan Tyson, doesn't play either. You probably should win that game, all things considered. TCU's nothing special. Kansas is pretty mediocre. You get them at home in Oklahoma State. So right there, if you win 3 of those games, you're having an 8-4 season, which it's not a 10-2 season like you would have hoped. It's not a Big 12 championship season, but that's still a really good college football season. And I think the majority of rational fans understand that and see that there is still a lot to play for, while also like respectfully having a bit of the air sucked out of the season, which is also super fair because this Arizona State game is not as big as it looked like it might have been in September.
No, I completely agree. I compare it to Illinois. Like Illinois, people are disappointed they're 5-3. They should win out. Like you look at their schedule, and it's bad. So like if you're 9-3 and you're Illinois, like that's outstanding. If I would have told you 5 years ago you won 9 games to follow up an 8 or 10-win season, and the bowl game's still out there to get to 10 victories. Same thing with Iowa State. Let's say it is 8-4 and they go to a bowl game, they do well. If you're disappointed by 8-9 win seasons, that's a good place to be at as a program, isn't it, Jake?
Oh yeah. Matt Campbell's always said the standard is raised, and that's why I think he gets it a little bit, because when he came here 10 years ago, the fan base was just thrilled to make a bowl game. That was their goal. He never even cared about a bowl game. His goal was always a lot higher, and to his credit, he has completely raised that standard, because if Iowa State wins 3 of their next 4, goes to the Liberty Bowl, goes to a bowl like that, fans will be very disappointed in the season. And it's a double-edged sword, because Campbell and the program can say, we took it over when it was a 3-win team year in, year out, and you're upset at 8 games. But at the same time, when you have as much success as you do and you successfully raise the bar, that's kind of what happens. And to Campbell's credit, he's gotten the program to a place where 8-4 can be considered a pretty big disappointment.
Yeah, I tell Iowa State fans, Illinois fans all the time, like if you get into the Iowa conundrum of, oh no, like we only won 9 games, like that's okay place to be. Like you can look around to a lot of other places in college football and be like, man, I wish I was in that position. Let's talk about Iowa State real quick. The quarterback is out. Like you mentioned, stud wide receiver, probably not going to play. It's a very winnable game, Jake. And I look at it like this, like there's going to be that game where everything clicks, they get back on track. I thought it was going to be against BYU. I will double down. I'm a gambler. I will double down and go all in. I think Iowa State plays great this weekend. I think Rocco goes crazy. And I think people are feeling pretty good about a 6-3 football team after they knock off Arizona State. Am I right? Am I wrong? And what has to happen for that to happen?
I think you're right. And it might not be as much on Iowa State as it is Arizona State. Jeff Sims, the backup quarterback for Arizona State, is not good. He's just fine at best. When I don't think they're going to be able to throw the ball, especially if they don't have Tyson. And Iowa State has been pretty good about stopping the run. If they can sell out, stop the run, I think this could be a real struggle of a day for the Arizona State offense. Their defense is good, and Kenny Dillingham is a really good coach with his back against the wall. I don't doubt that at all. So I could see the Arizona State defense coming out super motivated, but I'm with you. This sets up like a good spot as a figure-it-out game when Arizona State, they're missing 2 of their best players. They got to come play 10 a.m. local time, or 10 a.m. their body time. Jack Trice will probably be a pretty good atmosphere. It's going to be a high of 48, the 6th coldest game that Arizona State's played this century, I believe is the stat. Wow. So there's a lot of factors where it could be maybe a 75-yard touchdown to Eskelson on the first play actually is the dagger this week, unlike last week.
Yeah. You look at it too, Jake. I need a prediction from you. I think we both are on board with the Cyclones breaking that losing streak, getting back on track. Give me a prediction, and then I got a little basketball I want to talk to you about. But give me a prediction first.
I'll go 30-17 Cyclones. after the game last week, I said I can't pick Iowa State to win until they prove me they can. And then I watched Sam Levitt get hurt against Houston. So that prediction might have to wait a week. So I'll pick the Cyclones to win by 2 scores on Saturday.
Yeah, I would agree. And I do, like, I think the TCU game's a big game because I think the last 2 games are very winnable as well. So you can somehow figure out TCU, go 9-3 and everything's fine. I know that's easier said than done in college football, but that definitely is a thing. Real quick on college football, who gets the LSU job now? Isn't this stuff crazy?
Oh, man. It's so crazy because you have so many elite jobs open, or elite jobs where you can get fired for going 9-3, 10-2. I would guess they strike out on all the massive names, and I think Eric Summerall at Tulane would be a great hire. Local familiarity. He's a Southern guy. He turned around Troy instantly. He's taken over a good Tulane program. That's who I'd go, but I'm also not the college athletic director that has to appease a bunch of boosters and 100,000 people in the fan base. I would just rather hire the best football coach than a flashy name.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You should hire the best football coach, but you have to explain to a crazy fan base that you just paid $54 million or whatever it is. Although I don't think it was as high as I've heard now. I heard something about it's maybe less to Brian Kelly. But anyways, he gave him a bunch of money waiting to go away. Like, they're not going to be satisfied with hiring Tulane's head coach. I mean, it's probably might be the best hire available, but unfortunately, that's the craziness of college football these days. College basketball starting. You know, we just talked with Alvaro Folgueiras from Iowa. Iowa State, they open up on Monday against Fairleigh Dickinson. They got some big games early on. I know that you were at their exhibition game against Northwestern. What did you take out of that game against Northwestern and that you liked, and maybe anything that kind of concerned you moving forward?
Yeah, I think what I liked is just improvement across the board from the first exhibition.
Did he say he was coaching it?
I think any rational person would tell you, hey, that's what to expect in these games. But of course, there were a lot of very, very big overreactions after that loss to Creighton. So I thought Iowa State got back to their defensive identity, which was super encouraging. They were the one bringing the punch. They hit some shots, which shocking. That makes the offense look better when you make a couple open threes. I just think my biggest takeaway right now is the new guards have looked. Oh, yeah. They looked really good. Killian Torre, he's not going to be playing 30 minutes a game. Excuse me. He's not going to be playing 30 minutes a game when Taman's back. But the practice and the reps that he's gotten without Taman out there are going to help the team so much when it comes February, March, as he's probably going to be the backup point guard. He's a pit bull. And then Dominic Nelson's also been really good getting downhill. He's probably been the biggest bright spot because he was the WAC player of the year last year. 15 points a game, but he had big programs back off of him because of his shooting percentage, because of his free throw percentage. And right now, he's kind of on a mission to prove people wrong, and I think he's going to have a big, big role on this Iowa State team.
You mentioned Iowa State. Tell me about Northwestern real fast before I let you go. A lot of Iowa fans intrigued. I think there's a lot of teams in the Big Ten that people just don't know enough about. I want to hear about Northwestern. On the flip side of that, we had Brock Harding on yesterday's show talking about TCU and kind of the same thing that he talked about. We talked last week, you know, you got that really good 6 in the Big 12, and then who is it after that? And they hear that. Like Brock talked about how we're picked down in the lower part of the conference and all those kind of things. He just talked about people not knowing enough about them yet. What do we know? What did you see from Northwestern? Give some fans some thoughts on the Wildcats.
So, full disclaimer, they're missing their 2 point guards. So that changes a lot, but I thought they were just super athletic. They had, especially down low, they had a couple kind of freak athletes on the wing, at center. Excuse me, I'm getting sick.
I'm right there with you.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought they were super impressive. Athletically, defensively. The reason that TJ Altsberger and Chris Collins play this game is because they are similar, and they both play a similar physical brand of basketball. So they want to test each other against that. So it was the opposite of the Creighton game, because Creighton is a glorified BYU, Illinois. They're in that same realm, which is a tough matchup for Iowa State, whereas Northwestern, it's strength on strength.
No, it makes sense. I'm intrigued by a lot of teams, both in the Big 10 and Big 12. I can't wait to get rolling, Jake. Like, we're
so close.
Yeah, like next week we're going to be talking about crazy games that we don't even care about, that we know are going to be blowouts, but just to see basketball rocking and rolling, it's a beautiful thing. Iowa Everywhere. Tell us about that. Tell us about Cyclone Fanatic, and then we'll let you get some cough medicine and get out of here.
Yeah, this better just be a 1 or 2 day thing. We got a big football game on Saturday,
right?
So
right.
Now I don't know what it is. Every single year, sometime in October, November, I just lose my voice. I'm not even like sick. The voice just disappears for 4 days. So hopefully I can escape it this week.
In 2015, we went to the NCAA tournament out in Brooklyn, and I lost my voice. And the same thing, like, it's not like I don't feel well. I feel fine. Earlier this year, for the Cyhawk game, I lost my voice.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it's like, this is awful timing. And then I got my voice back, and I got pneumonia after I got my voice back. So I'm telling you, you're young. You're good. Wait till you get old like me. You get a little cold. Next thing you know, you're pneumonia, and your kids are trying to split up your possessions and all that kind of stuff. So be careful. So tell us about Cyclone Fanatic and Iowa Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's crossover season right now, so Cyclone Fanatic, our front page every day is loaded with football, basketball, women's basketball, wrestling, all of that over at cyclonefanatic.com or our YouTube channel. And then Iowa Everywhere, it's I host a podcast called Bigger Than 12 every Sunday afternoon. My co-host and good friend Derek Duke and I, we react to every single Big 12 game, and it's on Iowa Everywhere. It's an Iowa State personality and a Big 12 personality, but we don't talk all Cyclones. It is 90% Big 12, 10% Cyclones. So check that out, Bigger Than 12, over on Iowa Everywhere every Sunday.
I love it. Jake, be well, get healthy, enjoy Saturday. We'll catch up with you again next week. I appreciate you.
Perfect. Thanks for having me, Dazzo.
All right. That is Jake Brend, Cyclone Fanatic. Iowa Everywhere does an amazing job with all of that, and a big weekend for the Cyclones. It's kind of very interesting situations with both Illinois and Iowa State here in the Quad Cities. Two fan bases, very excited, undefeated starts, all that kind of stuff. Expectations got to here, and then some losses come, and fans kind of get cranky, but somewhere in the middle is where those two teams are, and it's a good place for both programs to be. It's not bad if you're winning 8-9 games a year and you're disappointed by it. So I get it. I get the expectations were there, but don't be too disappointed in a big game coming up with Arizona State and Iowa State this week. Coming up next on the show, the Alleman soccer program is in the Sweet 16. Their leading scorer, Jack Wendt, will talk to us about that and much more. You're watching Off the Air on a Wednesday right here in the Quad Cities.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
Are you looking to take your next party, tailgate, or golf outing to the next level? You need mobile party experience. MPX features 3 top-of-the-line party trailers equipped with all the amenities you need to party like a rock star. Smart TVs, Yeti coolers, JBL sound systems, grills, bathrooms, and much more. Mobile Party Experience is an experience like no other. Check out my-mpx.com or call 563-514-1470 and book your mobile party experience today. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. Such a great time of year. We talk so much football in the show, and rightfully so. And basketball season is right around the corner, but there's so many other fall sports in a great time of year in the postseason. Volleyball-wise, yesterday, 3 MAC teams, Pleasant Valley, North Scott, and Assumption all punched their ticket to state. And soccer in full swing on the Illinois side with the Alleman Pioneers headed to the Sweet 16. And it's been a fantastic season, and we're happy to be joined now by their leading scorer, junior Jack Wendt. Jack, thank you for doing this. This is not the first Wendt to be on the show. So your sister set a high bar. Are you ready to tackle this?
Yes, I am.
All right. I love it. Obviously an exciting time. Before we talk about yourself, I want you to talk to me a little bit about this this season. Obviously last night, a huge success, heading to the Sweet 16. What does it mean to get this team, this program to the Sweet 16?
I mean, it's awesome. It's definitely something we've been talking about like all season long, and even like before season. And we worked really hard for it.
What makes this thing go? What makes this thing so special? What's special about this group of guys right now on the pitch?
Like we are all like really good friends, and we like hang out a bunch like outside of soccer too. And then we've like played a lot this season. Like outside practice, we'll like go up on weekends and stuff.
Absolutely.
And they're fun guys to be around.
No, absolutely. Last night, a 6-0 victory to get to that sectional championship game. What was it about last night that was successful for Alleman? And 6-0, you got on here and I said, like, that was easy. It's never easy. What was it about last night that made you guys so successful?
Definitely like starting out hot, and we had like a lot of energy right off the bat, and I think that really helped us.
Is that a thing with I mean, it's all sports, but confidence-wise and getting off to a good start, how important is that with obviously big games ahead? We'll talk about those big games in a second, but getting off on the right foot. Talk about that last night and just this season as a whole and what it's meant to you guys.
Yes, scoring early has got to be like the best thing because it kind of like relaxes us as a team, and like it allows like other players to be more confident to score. So I think that was a huge part in our win.
You look at confidence, and Jack, I think one of the biggest things is you guys played in the Western Big Six, and you played really good competition throughout the year. Talk to me about that and maybe how it helps now, because you played some of the best teams in the state, bigger teams in the state as well. How is that maybe benefiting you guys now as you head down the postseason road?
Definitely. Like the games against Moline, like UT and Rocky, like they're hard games and they're dogfights, and that really prepares us for what we see in postseason.
You look at this team and what's next, and it's funny because my son Charlie's a Pioneer, and he's like, Dad, we got to go play Peoria Christian. They're really good. And then he texted me this morning. He's like, Dad, Peoria Christian lost. So another great program in Quincy, Notre Dame. Your thoughts on what's next? And obviously, when you're playing in the Sweet 16 in the state of Illinois, you're going to get a really good opponent. What's your thoughts on Quincy, Notre Dame coming up?
Yeah, they're definitely a good team. They got some like size, and they're like a good team. They work together really well. Like we played them earlier in the season and we tied them. So yeah, that should be a good game on Saturday.
Yeah, no kidding. You're hyping it even more with a tie. I'm intrigued even more. When it comes to that, and they're a really good program as well. How do you prepare? And a lot of times you're going to look at them and their size and those kind of things. How much is it about yourselves at this time of year and preparing for what you guys do correctly? Kind of talk about the focus heading into what's a huge game coming up.
I would say right now in the season, like the main thing is keeping healthy, getting sleep, eating good, and then just like not doing crazy stuff in practice or whatever, just like getting our touches and perfecting it. And then like individually just work on little things that we see in the previous games that we can fix. And then, yeah, just get ready.
You look at this. Jack Wendt from Alleman joining us right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. You look at this and what's it like at that school? I know, and people get so. And maybe, and I'm a pioneer, I can say this down because of, the football program not finishing things out the way we wanted it to. But there's so many successful programs in that building, and there's a lot of excitement with those programs as well. And the soccer team's one of them. What's it like at school? There's excitement. Charlie isn't a huge soccer guy, and he's giving me updates and all fired up. Is there a different buzz around the school with what you guys are doing, and obviously a big game coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Especially after the regional win, and like a lot of the students were there for that at home. A lot of people are like invested in our run in postseason, and like after each game, like the teachers always say like congratulations or great game. So yeah, it's just awesome.
I want to talk to you about yourself. You set yourself a record, now 36 goals this season. That's a school record. I know you're a team first guy, all that kind of stuff, but take it away from that. What's it like to be the all-time leading single season scorer at Alleman High School, and what's it been like to achieve that?
It's really cool. I definitely could have done it without my teammates, and I think the record like shows how good of a team we are. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, like our team's really good this year, and we like work together, and it's just awesome to play with these guys.
Did you, and be honest with me, did you know the record, what it was? You were getting close. Were you people telling you about it, or was it one of those things like maybe the last couple of weeks they're like, wait a minute, you're getting close to doing something pretty special?
So like my parents or like other people, I think a majority of my parents, like they told me like a couple of weeks ago, like I was getting close, but then as I was like getting closer, they like haven't talked to me about it. I'm guessing like to not jinx it or whatever. Yeah. And I kind of figured, but I kind of forgot about it. So I had no idea that I broke it at the regional final, but I thought that was pretty cool.
When you find out, how do you celebrate? Obviously, it's a big victory, and team-wise is one thing. Like, are you making mom and dad buy you a nice dinner, or like what's the celebration like? You're the all-time leading scorer in a single season at Alleman. You got to get something out of it, right?
I guess. I mean, after the game, we went to like Buffalo Wild Wings with my team, and then I got with like my family after. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Jack, I got some tougher questions to ask you. I think fun questions, but tougher questions. I want to start with a favorite food. Like if you mentioned Buffalo Wild Wings, that might be the celebration spot for you guys. Is there a favorite food that your go-to, whether it's before or after a game or whatever?
I would say my favorite food, just like in general, like I don't eat it a lot, but it's like ribs.
Okay.
Like barbecue. I like that a lot.
Do you know homemade or like from someplace?
Probably from someplace.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, please tell me you're like a tough guy and you have like at least some heat to your wings. Don't tell me you get like a burger or chicken. Jack, what do you get? Tell me your order.
But I get honey barbecue. I can't handle spice.
Do you at least get bone-in or do you get boneless?
Boneless.
Jack, you're just having chicken nuggets. That's all they are. They're just chicken nuggets. Come on. Keep the I know they're really good. If you could have, speaking of food, have a one-on-one meal, a dinner with anybody in this world, whoever it may be, who would you pick and why?
Jeez. Wow, I don't really know.
Yeah, you think calculus class is tough or whatever I got you out of. Like, these are tough questions.
Right now, I would probably pick, like, a soccer player, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I would probably pick, like, Messi or something.
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. Hey, Halloween's coming up. First and foremost, are you dressing up this year? And if you are, what's the costume?
Yeah, I won't be out late on Halloween because of our game tomorrow or the next day. But I'm going to be a fireman.
Okay. What's your favorite Halloween costume ever?
Do
you got one growing up?
Yeah, well, my family used to do, like, we would all do Halloween costumes. So I would say we were all, like, all Star Wars one year. And then another year we were all, like, Rambo kind of like we had like camo stuff. So
See,
I think they're fun.
That's cool. I like it. Favorite Halloween candy? Give me that candy that you're like stealing from your friends and stuff or you have to get when you're. I hope you're not trick or treating still, Jack. I'm just gonna assume you're not still out trick or treating. But what's your favorite Halloween candy this time of year?
Geez, I like a lot of candy, but I don't know. I really like Swedish Fish. They're pretty good.
Underrated. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Is candy corn good or bad?
It's good.
Thank you. It's good, but like this time of year, if you had candy corn in like July, I'd be like, I don't want candy corn. But for some reason, this time of year, it's like, oh, candy corn, that's good. It's like a fish sandwich in Lent. I'll never eat fish, but then when Lent comes around, it's like, oh, a fish sandwich tastes good. All right, this might be the toughest question I have for you. All right, who's the best Wendt when it comes to soccer?
Yeah, I get asked this question a lot, to be honest. I don't know. I think my sisters, like, they're really good. And I think there's, like, certain things that we're better than each other at. But I'm just going to have to say myself, to be honest.
You have to. And she'll kill me for asking this question, I'm sure. But you have to say yourself. Is she the single season all-time scoring leader at Alleman?
I don't think so.
No, I mean, like, checkmate, you win. And you can throw that out whenever you want to. You can be like, how many goals? Because I had 36 and counting. Before I let you go, how do you prepare for Saturday? Obviously a big game. Everybody's going to be excited. How do you prepare this week, focus-wise, when it comes to health-wise, physically? Obviously, it's going to be a big game. What's the preparation like for you guys this week?
Definitely giving 100% at practice and like take care of our bodies, like icing if anything's hurt, and like stretching and all that, and like eating healthy, drinking lots of water, and getting good sleep.
You tell Coach Mo you're not coming to open gym tonight, right? You gotta be safe, right? I know he understands that as well. Hey, I appreciate you doing this. Fantastic job. Keep scoring goals. Keep winning games. We'll be watching all that kind of stuff. And so I don't get in trouble, thank Marlene as well. Although we know Thomas is the only reason this thing is up and going, but gotta keep Marlene happy. You know how that is, right?
She's right here.
I know that. I know. Oh, there she is. Yes, get out of here, young lady. All right, Jack, get back to class. If you see my son, slap him on the back of the head for me, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. That is Jack Wendt, junior soccer standout at Alleman, all-time leading scorer in a single season, and the Pioneers in the Sweet 16. They will play coming up on Saturday for a sectional championship. We got a lot more to get to on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo coming up. Our Ness guest segment. Who won last week? How do you get involved this week? All of that from Hungry Hobo straight ahead. You're watching OTA on a Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Hello, Dan Pearson here of FCA. Our team is thrilled to support Off the Air with our good friend Matt Randazzo. We share the view of the power of sport when it comes to relationships, including the influence of the coach. FCA believes the coach is the most influential person in America. Matt celebrates local coaches and athletes. His content is informational, insightful, and inspirational. Our Fellowship of Christian Athlete team loves partnering with Off the Air with Matt Randazzo while we engage, equip, and empower coaches and athletes in our 23 counties. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
View from the West, the podcast covering Illinois high school football.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be great football.
Weekly analysis and reaction from around the western side of the state of Illinois.
This is the game we had circled when the year started.
Follow along on YouTube and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's big-time football out there tonight, and I know we can play big-time football.
View from the West. We got you covered.
Are you looking for the Quad City's best chips and salsa? There's only one dude to turn to.
Right on.
Snoop. Hand-cut chips, fried fresh with that crunch you've come to love. And the most addicting salsa with delicious fresh ingredients each and every time. Pick up your chips and salsa, queso, enchiladas, and much more at the Stern Center in Rock Island. To place your order, simply call the man himself. It's Snoop at 309-314-8197 and find out for yourself what the rest of the Quad Cities already loves. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. It's Wednesday, which means we
at Hobo.
Head out to Hungry Hobo. It's
Nice.
Ness guest time. The one and only Mark Nessler joins me. It was funny because I talked at the Rotary Club in Moline on Monday, and I had a couple people afterwards come over and say, like, it's awesome that Ness is
Nice.
back.
That's
So
good. Good to hear.
I figured that
Week 9.
Yes.
We're past the halfway point.
I don't
That's
want it
nuts.
to end just because I'm enjoying doing this. Like this is a little sanity for me, Ness. I get to sneak away to Hungry Hobo, have some food, hang out with Ness, and talk football.
It's funny because Mr. Kyer, the AD that replaced me, is booking me for times to keep score at the junior high games or the varsity games. And I said, I got a podcast on Tuesday. I can't do Tuesdays. So then I'm looking, and we get to January games.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, the podcast ends right there.
We need an excuse. We need to make this like off the air with Daz and Ness every day.
Yeah, there
Just
you
do it
go.
daily. So
That'll get me out of that.
It's been a ton of fun. We're here at the Rock Island Hungry Hobo. As always, thank you to Hungry Hobo. They're fantastic sponsors of Off the Air.
Cheers.
But they're also sponsoring the Ness Guest contest. Ness Guest, if you're watching for the first time, shame on you. You should be watching all the time.
Yeah.
But
9 weeks.
Ness Guest is a long-standing Quad Cities tradition. 37 years doing it in the Quad
47.
Cities.
47.
Was it 47?
Oh, no, 47 years in newspaper. 30.
Yeah. So
30. What was it? 37.
37 in
You're right.
newspaper.
See, you know more than I do.
And then
I just turned 70.
And then it went away
I turned
for a
70
little bit.
last week.
Yeah.
So I
Did you really?
I did.
Oh
So I forget.
What day was it?
It was Wednesday.
Okay, so it was after when
It was one day after.
we got to talk about that. We're burying the lead.
And you gave me a gift of +1 on this week's picks. So thank you.
That's probably what you wanted more than anything else for your birthday.
But now I have a great excuse. Like I can't remember something. I just use. I use the age.
My dad used to say, I'd say, Dad, you can't say that, and he goes, I'm over. I can say whatever I want now. It's cute. I'm like, no, and that's what you're getting to.
That's what I'm saying.
Now he's the crazy cute man. Like it doesn't matter what he says. Crazy old cute man. So, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
What'd you do? Anything fun?
I played bags.
Oh, that's
and
just perfect for you.
I did not win. So
who beat you on your 70th birthday?
I'm just saying, it's a blind draw.
Oh.
And I just thought I wanted to fix it, so I got a really good partner.
Yeah.
But blind draws is exactly that.
Yeah.
And no, we the partner I had, we just didn't do well.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I play again every Wednesday, every Thursday now. I'm in double league, and I just like, okay, was I really smart in doing that? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
And so, I feel bad that I didn't beat you on your birthday week, but it's been a fun blast. We've been having a great time with it. So basically, go to our social media. We can put the link up there. It's a link every week. You go on there, you pick your game. Simple as can be. You win prizes from Hungry Hobo, which is awesome. Getting the prizes out to people finally. Like we have winners, and my wife finally, who's the brains behind everything, kind of took it and said, hey, you need to figure this out and do it with us. So she's getting the prizes out to all the winners and that kind of thing as well. So a very cool thing that we're doing, and it's been a lot of fun. The winner this week is
John Brodell.
Okay.
He went 16-2.
That'll win you a lot of weeks.
He missed the Jets and the Falcons, which I think a lot of people missed the Jets and Falcons.
The Jets should have won.
The Jets.
Oh no, the Jets were done for.
Oh no, he picked the Jets.
So he did pick the Jets right.
He was 16-2.
So he missed.
He missed the Falcons, but he did hit the Jets, so he must have missed something else.
Yeah.
And it's on my cell.
Sure.
There was 2 15-3s. That was Chuck the Duck.
That'd be my son.
Okay, I figured so, because how I knew that, because he put for a phone, you already know. So
that might be the funniest thing my son's ever done. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That. The other 15-3 was, I'm going to butcher this one, Kyle. Schieberl, Schieberl.
I'm gonna make you say it because you newspaper guys got away with spelling stuff your whole life.
We just write it.
As long as you get it spelled right. We had to deal with those.
And fourth place was me. I went 14-4.
Nothing wrong with that.
And so did Emily Short.
Yeah, my niece.
Okay. Heath Smith.
Know him very
Eric
well.
Spreet.
Yep.
Spreet family.
Spreet.
Tom Kakert.
Some bozo that we have on the show all the time.
Did he pick Iowa?
He better.
And Jeremy Oakes, who I think has been a runner-up before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we have a good list.
And it was a good group. So, once again, it's easy to do, quick and simple. If you get into the contest, you put your email in. Yep. We send you an email reminder every week. So, you're just on your email, you click it, you get it done. And so, the contest between you and me, and I felt really good about it.
I thought I was going to lose all 5. We were different on 5.
Yeah.
And we said last week that if it's 5, somebody's going to gain a game or lose a game.
Yeah.
If it's even number, we could break even.
Yeah.
We could break even, or it could be a decisive.
Yeah, so we like odd numbers.
We like odd numbers. And I thought, man, I did not feel good about the 5. I had the Illini, who got down early. I had Iowa State losing.
Which Iowa State was up 17-7.
And they were up 17-7. Texas A&M LSU.
That would kill me because at halftime it was 18-14.
LSU was up. Yeah, so there's 3 games. And I was lucky to come out of college 2-1. So I'm thinking, okay, if I get to the pros, we got the Packers and the Cowboys. If I lose both of those, then I only lose 1 point, 1 game on our, and I was up 4. And so then Denver and Dallas, Denver won handily.
Yeah,
so we're even. We're 2-2 going into Packers and Steelers, and I think, oh man, and the Steelers got up early.
At halftime, they were up by like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
and I don't like the Packers.
And I don't like losing.
I know.
So, I know, and neither do you. But anyway, I'm now up 5. Going into week 9, I'm feeling pretty good.
So I'm starting to think I have to kind of it's
you have to play defensive picking.
Well, now I got to start going for it. You can kind of be defensive. I have to start taking some chances. I thought I did with LSU, and of course I pick them, and then they fire the coach.
Yeah,
so that's how bad of a pick that ended up being. But I think I got to take some more shots this week.
I took some risks. The Illini were an underdog. Iowa State was a favorite last week. I think LSU might have been a favorite last week. Yep. So there's 3 games, colleges. And that's where I thought, this is the week.
I thought you opened the door.
I think I did open the door. I thought I opened the door, but
when you're the wily veteran, it all works out.
No, I get lucky. I think it was the birthday gods looking after me.
Yeah.
It was my birthday week. So
you know what I think, and this is, awesome. Like my wife, I think, said to me one time, she's like, how old is Ness now? And I said he's getting close to 70, and she's like, 70, and I know, she said, you're 70. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. 70.
Like, so you're doing, you're as honoring as you know what for being 70 years old.
And I'm still teaching, so that's nice. I got one more year. My junior class, I told my junior class I'll graduate with them.
Yeah.
So I'll finally be a senior next year, 2026, 2027. So we got a special bond with that group.
Yeah.
Love those kids.
What's the hat this week?
Oh, the hat was supposed to be a New York Knicks hat.
Yeah.
Because if Bo Nix loses,
okay,
but they didn't, so I still went with New York.
Okay.
And it's a 9/11.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a 9/11 memorial. I'm telling you what, Dazzo, have you been?
Yeah, just this summer.
Yeah, tears.
Yeah.
Tears.
It's weird that it's been that long. It doesn't feel like that long
24
ago.
years.
I was looking at my kids, and my oldest is at the time was 15.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you weren't even close. Like you weren't even thought. I mean, it's been what would be like 25 years next September.
Next year, 25 years.
It's
so
crazy
because, and it's just, and I remember everything about that day. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
I was teaching 6th grade at Thomas Jefferson. I remember the kid in the front row was in tears. And I said, "Why are you crying?" And he said, "Because my dad works at the Arsenal, and we're going to go to war."
Oh yeah.
I just right then.
Yeah.
So this was a special thing. We took the subway to the 9/11, which is nice. I've never been on a subway.
Did you think? Here's what I thought when I went on the subway the first time, and it wasn't this summer. In 2015, we went out there for an NCAA basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And I got on there, and I thought, I don't know why, but I thought of Seinfeld right away when I got on there, because all the different scenes.
That's funny because I thought of Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
And the music though, da 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 da, and then I'm looking at all the people and. Like, okay.
I'll tell you a story about the subway after we stopped recording.
That sounds good.
It was pretty interesting.
But yeah, we saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which was right across the street. #1 Broadway play, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
We walked to Madison Square Garden, which is nice. Saw the Knicks beat 19,500 at a preseason game.
It's wild.
It was just so much fun. I don't want to go back to New York.
Nope.
The traffic was abysmal.
It's the same with
it
me.
scares
Chicago's
me.
the same thing with me, where I like to go to
I
Chicago,
don't
but I like
mind-
to go visit.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
To
we
me,
were there all the
New York
time.
was worse traffic.
Way worse.
It took me. We went through is it the Lincoln Tunnel? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
Which cost me 20.
You drove way more than we did. We walked
well,
around.
we had to
and
drive
subway
from the
everywhere.
cruise port into New York.
Okay.
So and I thought, man, this is the worst thing ever. It took me probably an hour
awful.
to go through Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh.
And when we were coming back and going back to the airport, which is in New Jersey, we were through, I swear, in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I said, how can this possibly be? How can you be 5 minutes out and an hour?
Because everybody's going into town. That's
No
where the place is to
way.
be.
Like it was crawling.
We went to.
Stressful.
I love how this
My
became
poor wife,
like New York.
She,
This
she
is
was
great.
she was the saint because I was just like
We went to on vacation. We went to Fenway. We went to Yankee
Oh,
Stadium,
yeah.
and we went to a Broadway show. And I texted
What'd you
some
see on
buddies.
Broadway?
We saw Aladdin. It was
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
And then here's the thing: is like I'm the sports guy and all this kind of stuff, and I loved. I mean, we can talk about Fenway and New York Yankee Stadium,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But I almost enjoyed Broadway. Like I
Yeah.
remember saying to my wife, like, is it wrong that I almost
Same,
enjoyed the
same.
Aladdin more than I?
There was
it
so much.
crazy.
There was so much magic in the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah.
Like it was on the stage.
Yeah.
Like it's just phenomenal. Just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is when I've seen every Harry Potter so many times. Like my wife teases me because I'll put Harry Potter on to go to sleep at night because I
Really?
already know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. So I just fall asleep.
You want to
right
hear
away.
something you're gonna not like me about?
What's that?
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Are you serious?
I've never seen Star Wars.
Wow. Lumos. You need to be enlightened.
People get mad at me about the whole Star Wars thing, but I don't.
Star
I
Wars
think
too?
When I was younger, I think I saw one of them when I was like 5. I don't remember it, and then I've just never been a sci-fi.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I get like
I'm big Harry
Julian
Potter, big
Vandervelde.
Harry
He gets
Potter.
mad at me. He
Yeah.
wants to. Julian wanted to take my kids to see Star Wars, and my brother does too, because like I don't
Yeah.
think my kids have ever seen it because.
So
I never have.
you won't. So we were in a Potter trivia night, and you won't even understand because it's so great. But you won't understand. Our team name, and our viewers will know, was Expecto to Noem. Expecto to Noem.
Is that like a?
It's like a. Not a curse, but a
A
magic.
spell.
A spell. It was
Yeah.
a spell. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum, and it creates this Patronus, which you have no idea. This is sad.
It's like different language.
So I went Expecto to Noem because we expect to know.
I like that
Like
you
that,
had the.
yeah.
I like the name. Here's my thing: is like I'm glad I told you that I'd never seen Harry Potter. I would have sat there going, "Oh yeah, the whole time," and not had any clue, but it'd be nice.
Hey,
All
yeah.
right, we're gonna go
All right,
back
we
to
have
football.
football picks.
I love it. No, but you know what? I would. I'm glad we went to New York, and if I had to
Same.
go again, I maybe
Same,
would go
same.
visit real quick.
If I
but,
do
like,
again, I'm taking an Uber everywhere. We stayed at the Hilton on Times Square, which is nice because you could walk everywhere
yeah.
except 9/11
Yep.
and except the Statue of Liberty. But we could see the Statue of Liberty from our ship.
Yeah.
So I counted that as being.
We
there.
didn't. We just went down to the area,
Yeah.
because that's kind of where you went to, like the New York Stock Exchange
Uh-huh.
was down there,
Yeah,
and
we're
the
like to-
museum was down there, kind
Yeah.
of that area. We didn't go out to Ellis Island. We just kind of like looked. We
Yeah.
still thought the same thing.
I
It's
just
like
saw it
we
from a
see
distance.
That's
I'm
good.
good. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
not- oh, so
Anyways, football wise, we will start talking some. No Iowa game this week. They're on a
Right.
bye week. Huge game next week. I can't wait to pick that game with Oregon and all those
Yes.
kind of things.
That's at Oregon?
It's at Iowa.
It's at Iowa. Ooh.
Yeah, and so we
I'm
don't even
already
know what
thinking
time
about
or
that
anything.
one.
It could be a big game.
Okay. That is
so
gonna be a
we'll
big
go with
game.
Illinois.
Okay.
Illinois disappointing last week. I got Washington. You got Illinois. They go back home, and Ness, you look at the end of their schedule. They go Rutgers,
Oh, yeah.
Maryland.
Last week was the one they had
Yeah,
to
I mean,
have,
they
and
don't
had
have
to-
a tough
and-
game left.
No, and
But
and
here's
they're-
what I'll say, and people get mad at me that I keep saying this. Their 3 losses. They've been outscored 139 to 51.
Their defense, it's all defense,
Yeah.
like capable of winning.
Yep.
But they just
So this
play
week,
defense like this.
yeah, they get back Rutgers at home. I'll let you go first.
Oh, Illini, and this I'm excited you put this on there because
Get one right, finally.
again, I got Illinois wrong last week, and I got Illinois wrong picking them. So this is a chance. This might be the first because I got Illinois right, but the only time I got them right was when they played Ohio State, and it should have been easy, and it was easy. I'm gonna go with Illini for the win. Finally, my first time all year that I pick Illinois to win, and I get it right.
Hopefully, don't jinx them.
I'm not.
Game's not been played yet.
I know.
I'm going to go Illinois as well.
If
That's
they
not
lose,
one of the ones I
if
can't,
they
like-
lose, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy because Rutgers every year you're like they're better. You know, like they always play an early season game where like they're 3-0 or whatever, and now they've kind of gone the opposite way. They did win last week at Purdue, but there was a last second field goal to win. And like I said, if Illinois goes the rest of the way like they should, they're going to win 9 regular season games.
What's cool?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, what's cool is we were going through the New Jersey airport, and just right there in the middle is a big old R.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, a big old R.
Yeah.
And then, Rutgers.
Yeah.
It was Rutgers R. So I didn't realize, like, I think a Big Ten, Rutgers.
Yeah.
Didn't realize, there it is. We were right there in their home territory.
The next game really bugs me because it's going to be Arizona State and Iowa State. And it's one of those things where I think I've lost 3 straight on Iowa State.
Oh, really?
Like, I picked every single time they've lost. They've lost 3 in a row. And so I feel like I don't know if it's me. I don't know.
It might
but
be.
But like it gets to the point where they gotta eventually win. But Arizona State's a good football team.
They've lost 3 in a row, right?
They lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, and you said last week there's no way they would lose.
Yeah, it was a
3 in
good
row.
spot. BYU's good, but it's like it felt like that Jack Trice magic. Now I'm starting to get worried that like
when
it
BYU
goes,
had
that
that interception at the
downhill.
end, that was the killer.
Yep.
That was the killer.
Yep. So it's Arizona State this time. You got them right with BYU. Are you going against the Cyclones again? Or are you going back to?
I'm gonna go back to the Cyclones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to the Cyclones. I think when you said last week there's no way they could lose 2 in a row, I'm gonna say this week there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way they're gonna lose 3 in a row.
No, this would be
especially
4 in a row.
Oh yeah, there's no way they're gonna lose a 4th in a row.
Yeah.
Especially at ISU. So yeah, I think ISU wins. I'm sure you're gonna go the same.
Yeah, and I don't want to because I want to do different. But this isn't.
You
got to
catch up. You're down 5.
I get
I'm just saying.
But no, don't you dare. I see what you're doing. Not this spot. They have to just love averages. And you know what? If they lose this one, I might not pick Iowa State again the rest of the year.
Don't get burned like that.
I know.
I kind of like said that with the Bears.
And then you got back.
I got back.
Nobody hold us to it.
Well, see, yeah, people forget.
Yeah.
But you held it to me the second week.
Yes, exactly.
And it cost me. I should be up like maybe 6 or 6, 7. Where's your boy at?
He's probably sleeping.
Oh,
over
he
there.
is.
He
man.
got your the weekly 6-7.
Yeah,
we should sponsor
that's 3 in a
it.
row.
It's the Ness Guest 6-7 brought
That's
to you
3
by
in a row. 3 in a row. He's not even paying
I
attention.
know it. He's over there on my phone.
I'm sad.
So we have 2 the same. Hopefully we can get a few different.
Well, college is going to be different.
Yeah.
Because I know we got Penn State, Ohio State. I think.
Let's do one that let's do Oklahoma and Texas.
No, Vanderbilt.
Oklahoma
Vanderbilt.
and Tennessee. No.
Vanderbilt and Texas.
Okay,
Vanderbilt and
Vanderbilt,
Texas.
Texas.
Okay, I think we might be different
All
on
right.
this one.
Well, do you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
Well, I'll let you go. I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first because I think I know what you're going to do.
Vandy's a great story. Music City, I love it. Nashville's awesome. Give me the Longhorns.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Because I had Vanderbilt.
Okay.
And here's
I'll take
why.
the home team.
You got the home team, but Arch Manning, I think he got hurt, and I think he's on concussion protocol. And
might be a good thing though.
Well, and you're right.
Might not be a bad thing. He's struggled a little bit. He's been playing better of late.
And I'm a Nashville fan. I like so I'm thinking
you like yourself a little country music.
Like some country music. So I've been to a few concerts.
How about if Andy wins this next week, you wear a cowboy hat?
A what?
Cowboy hat. Don't you have a cowboy hat? Do you not have any cowboy hats? A country music fan like yourself, you don't have any.
Cowboy hat. I'm thinking.
No, I'm not talking about Dallas Cowboys.
I'm thinking Dallas. I said I hate Dallas.
No, I'm talking about.
Got it. Yep. If Vanderbilt wins, this is great. This is great. I have a great cowboy hat.
Cowboy Ness is coming next week.
And not only that, now it's a great cowboy hat because we are in Nashville.
Yeah.
We're in Nashville, and I said, Kathleen, my wife, I said, you know what? I don't have a cowboy hat. And so there's this vendor on the street, and it looked awesome hat. Yeah. I said, bam, it's mine.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite country concert hat.
What is it?
It's a cowboy hat. It's just a cowboy hat.
So that's what you wear.
That's what I wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like it was a certain.
Oh no.
Concert or something like that.
I wore that I wore that on the cruise. But it was it country night? Why did I wear that cowboy hat? I was Woody of the Toy Story. It was a Halloween dress up night.
Ness has such a good life. I'm so jealous of
And I was Woody.
Oh,
it was great. It was great.
I can't wait to live my glory years.
We can't wait to get to be 70.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
All
now.
right, what else we got?
We're gonna go. Okay, so the other college games that'll be on there: Ohio State, Penn State. I think we'll probably have the same.
Ohio
and then
State, same.
We talked about Oklahoma and Tennessee. We won't talk about that one on here.
Yep.
But we'll get to some NFL because
right.
there's some good NFL.
Sounds good.
The Bears last week. Did you pick the Bears? You didn't, did you?
I did not, but okay.
But
so
the
playing
thing
the
is,
Ravens.
we thought
They're
Lamar
playing
was
the
coming
Ravens.
back.
We thought Lamar was going to play, and I actually was going to call you when we found out Saturday morning that Lamar wasn't going to play.
You could have.
Well, I didn't because it's already
past
in
11
print.
o'clock.
It was already in print.
Yeah,
it was before 11.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I tried to get into my picks for my pick'em pool.
Okay.
Which I'm in. I'm just outside the top 10, so I'm looking
tried
pretty
to
good.
switch.
I did, and I couldn't do it. I tried to switch the
good thing
Bears.
you didn't.
I tried to switch the Bears. Stayed with the Ravens, but then the other one that I was in was a spread pool. I'm in two pools, one to pick them and one to spread them. And the spread Bears 6.5. I was so excited. I don't think they did it, did they? They didn't cover.
No.
They didn't cover.
No.
So yeah, that
by
was
2 touchdowns, and it was Tyler Huntley.
It was
listen to
Huntley.
this. He was the 5th string quarterback for the Browns.
Wow.
In August.
Wow.
And he got cut. They eventually got him back to Baltimore. He's been in
just-
Baltimore for a while.
He looked
but
he
outplayed Caleb.
Yes.
He outplayed Caleb
He
Williams.
really
And
did.
Caleb
He
didn't.
really did.
I know Caleb had almost 300 yards passing, but no touchdowns.
But I know we both had the Ravens.
Interesting.
We both had the
Yeah,
Ravens.
so we both did
So
good on
I
that
was-
one. So
yeah.
now they go to
Cincinnati and play the Bengals, who just got beat by the Jets.
And the way they got beat.
And they
though.
got beat.
Well, they were
at
up
the
big.
very-
Yeah,
oh,
they were
yeah.
up big, and Jets came back.
As a matter
and
of
won.
fact, I was looking at it. I said, you know what? There's like 15 seconds left, and they're down by 6.
Yeah.
I said and they're in the red zone.
Yep.
I said they could get their first win, and they did.
Yeah, it was
As a
great.
matter of fact, that knocked a lot of people out.
Yeah.
On
and
that
was
game.
and that wasn't my survivor, but a lot of people had that. And they
Chuck
had
the
Falcons.
Duck had it. Chuck the Duck.
He's an AG guy. Aaron Glenn gets his
Oh,
first
is that
win.
what it is?
Yeah. So with that being said, so now it's Chicago going to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Bears 4-3. We talked about this being an important 3-game stretch
it
where
is.
they were at one point. Now are they going to go back the other way? I'll let you go first. Per
I'm
usual.
going to go with the hot Dazzo, and that's Chuck the Duck. Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm going Bengals.
Okay.
I'm going Bengals. I know they're the underdog, but I feel like that's worked for me last week. I just have and the Cincinnati's at home. Flacco is playing well. And I think they feel the pain of that loss to the Jets. They don't want to look like the team that lost to the Jets, so they can get back on track.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in the hunt or not, standings wise.
That division's weird.
It is.
It's
They were
Steelers
talking-
4-3, and then Baltimore. Like the Browns are bad.
They were talking about the Ravens. If they beat the Bears,
Yeah.
they're back in the hunt. And I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they really.
And I think Cincinnati's got 3 wins.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go Cincinnati, figuring that you'll probably take the Bears.
No, God, no.
Really?
No. I can't. The Bears. No.
Really?
I'm not a Bears guy.
Wow.
Any chance I get a chance to pick against the Bears, I'm going to do it. And I don't think they're very good. I think they beat 4 teams.
And I might change.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Let me think about that one. I did this last week.
No, because here's my thought process. The Bears, one got hurt in the secondary even more than they were already. You're playing 2 really good wide receivers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
True.
And I just look at I think I would have rather had Cincinnati win that game in a blowout than now be all ticked off. Now they have a lot to play for. They
That
let
makes
one
sense,
get
yeah.
away. They're at home.
You're talking me
And
into
you know what?
me keeping my
I'm
pick.
going to say this. I'd rather have a 40-whatever-year-old Joe Flacco right now than Caleb Williams.
Wow.
I think he's playing better.
Wow.
So,
40
yeah,
is the
give
new-
me
40 is the new 70.
Man, give me the new 7. So yeah, give me the Bengals, and
All right.
And we'll both go with the Bengals.
Yeah, sure.
On that one.
We did that last week with the Ravens.
I have to throw
That's
this
funny.
one on there, and basically the only reason I'm throwing this one on there is because we're going to the game. But
Yeah.
It is Vikings versus Lions. JJ McCarthy getting the start for Minnesota, back healthy once again. I'm trying to somehow convince you. The
There's-
Lions rusty off a bye week.
I saw
They're
it.
not very good anyways.
I saw-
You want the Vikings, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw Wentz almost get murdered.
Did you see he's out for the year now?
And he's out for the year.
Yes.
Why didn't you pull him?
Wow, that's crazy.
And put the guy, put your fourth string guy. I don't
Anybody.
care. I mean, you're basically what the Viking staff did to him was a crime.
Yeah.
So no, there's not.
gonna get you?
I don't care. Minnesota is my new Miami.
After
Miami was the team I thought was so horrible,
and then they won
that I took the Falcons as my confidence pick, and now I feel
Don't say
really.
that because if Minnesota's you knew Miami, Minnesota's going to win this week.
Well, that's true,
I don't
too.
want to. Do you want me to deal with 4 ticked off kids on the way home from Detroit?
I'll take that back, but I'm still picking Detroit.
We used to go up to Detroit and never see wins. Like,
Yeah.
and I saw Detroit when I was younger win a game, ironically at Soldier Field against the Bears.
Yep.
But since then, like, since I started having kids and been married, never we get up there a little, like, as much as we could, and then we've now made it a point to go every. So
that sounds fun.
3 years ago we went and they lost to the Eagles in the first game of the year. They ended up 9-8 that year, but it was a great game. Then last year they won. 2 years ago they won. Last year they won. I'm talking they won. They beat Carolina 2 years ago for us by like 40. They beat
So much fun.
they beat Tennessee last year, killed them. So I think like the Randazzo vibe is a good thing.
I think
now.
it's going.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of
it's
fun,
going.
and I'll go.
But
Lions
I'm
as well.
confident that you'll come back and have a good time and and celebrate a win.
please,
Where do you eat up there?
You know what? We usually get together
You
with
get
family. We
stadium
did,
food
we did,
or-
but we do like different places. Like we'll get up there and we'll go to like Buddy's Pizza. Here's the beauty thing. I'll send you pictures. You gotta see them.
Okay.
We'll go to Randazzo's Market. There's a bunch of
Really?
Randazzo's markets all over Detroit, and
Wow.
like it's really cool. And like it's got Randazzo's in cursive. We get like we
Yeah.
go by
Selfie? Selfie?
It's an Italian market. It's
Okay.
got so many like it's got fresh meats. It's
I'd
such
be-
a cool.
if
My
there were-
wife
if
leaves
there was
there
a
every
Nestle
year.
market out there, I'd be selfieing all
I'll
day
show you a
long.
few before
Yeah,
we
come
leave.
on.
But,
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a ton of fun. In fact, I'll probably put it. Maybe I can put it over these while we're talking here. But it's an awesome thing. So we love to go do that. There's a lot of Randazzo. Like so, my relatives are from there. So I always joke. Have you seen 8 Mile?
Yeah.
I'm an
Oh, yeah,
NFL
yeah, yeah.
My dad grew up on 8 Mile.
Oh wow.
But it was 1936 when he was born.
Yeah.
So he lived his first 10 years of his life in Detroit. And back then it was kind of sad when we were growing up. We'd go back to Detroit and he'd be like, I want to show you where the church that I got baptized. And we'd drive into this area. And we're like, are you sure, Dad? And then like the church was gone. And it was like,
Wow.
so obviously
Yeah.
what Detroit went
That's
through. So
wild.
anyways, it's going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully we can bang back on
Yep.
one more NFL one. Maybe the best game of the week. Kansas City and
Ooh.
Buffalo at Buffalo Sunday Night Football. Kansas City's playing as good a football
And they're
as anybody in
favored.
football.
And they're favored.
And the Bills, the Bills just lost to, they won this week and got back on track, but before
Yeah.
that they had lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
Do you trust the Bills defense again? I'm going to let you do this one first.
Well, I have to go Buffalo because my every weekend, every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, this is my bonding with my son Brett, who helps me with my picks, helps me with my Survivor, which is now gone, and he's the one that.
But he told you not to.
He told me not.
Yeah, listen.
He said you didn't go. You went Bucks, right? And I sheepishly said, no, I took Falcons. and we even talked about if you
Yeah.
could have steered me out of that on the show last week.
I did the same thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I feel so bad. But he's a big Bills fan. And he gets Bills jerseys for his birthday,
Okay.
which is in August. He's telling me about how he's got the quarterback jersey and he's got this jersey, he got that jersey. Might even have a 6-7 jersey. And he's still not paying attention. Still not paying attention. But I just Kansas City is playing better.
Yep.
But I think that they're coming to a time where they're going to meet a match that is a step above.
It's a good
and
spot.
I think this is the spot that the Bills take care of business. And not only that, but don't the Bills usually take care of business against the Chiefs during the regular season and then struggle in the postseason? I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, and Brett will probably vouch for me. So I'm going to go Bills.
I hate this because I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I didn't want to, but like you're right. Like they win the regular season game,
Yeah.
and then in the postseason, Mahomes comes by and beats them. They go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl.
So we're only one different on the air here.
But we'll have
on
a
the air,
different
off the air.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of games.
Yep.
You'll find that we'll have several different. I think the college this week is easier to pick than the pros. There's some games in there. At this point, I really don't know where to go on Arizona-Dallas because right now I'm mad at Dallas. And Arizona's coming off a bye week, and it's a Monday night game.
Yeah.
And does Dallas? I'll have to do some research on how Dallas does on Monday nights.
Yeah.
And how Arizona does
look
coming
so
off.
bad.
Yeah, they look so bad.
I mean, they couldn't stop anybody.
They were so bad. The other one I had was Jacksonville and the Raiders.
Yeah.
And that's at the Raiders, and they're both coming off byes.
Yeah, and Jacksonville's been playing bad, and the Raiders have to eventually
maybe
win a game or two.
And maybe
so
not, or maybe
no,
not.
It'll be
So
interesting.
there's several there that Scatabo with the Giants, that was so bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And they play the 49ers at home.
Yeah.
So can they replace him? There's a lot of intrigue on the NFL side,
yeah.
not so much on the college side. So I guess here's the way it goes. I make my picks right after this show, and I'll send them tonight to Dazzo, and then I'll find out how. So really, this is the life.
I kid you not. I don't even look at them. I do mine.
Okay, but
then I look, and as I'm doing it, I'm like,
I'm
yes.
just saying. For 37 years, I know how this game is played because
you used to do that.
Because I used to do that. I would see how the other person
So
did.
you think the person probably has the advantage who's getting the picks?
I think the person that sets the games has the advantage.
For 4 years.
I used to
for 40 years.
For 40 years, I had the advantage.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm back in a corner, and now I read the differences when you publish them because I don't even see them until you publish them, and then I share it. And like this past week, I said, "Oh man, this doesn't look good."
I thought this was going to be my comeback week,
so
but instead
I
I'm
just
down 5.
think I'm grateful and thankful.
Yeah.
That I'm up by 5.
Again, the loser takes a pie in the face.
Oh,
in the
and
winner.
I told my students at Quad State Christian about that.
Yeah.
And they're now
Rooting for
so
me?
they would
Good.
love to see
Good.
me take a pie.
Yes.
And so so you got that for going for you.
Yes.
I don't know why. They love me, but still.
But they love to see a pie in your face, and I
Yeah.
would too. So
Yeah.
again, it's a Ness guest. Go to our social media, click on the link. Easy to do. Once again, thank you to Hungry Hobo
Yes, thank
for
you,
one,
Hungry
allowing
Hobo.
us to come here every week and do this. We moved it around a little bit, but Rock Island's our
This
place.
is kind of our
it's our
home.
little back corner. It's perfect. So again, thank you to Hungry Hobo. Make sure you guys get it filled out, and best of luck once again with Ness guests this week. That'll do it for this segment. We'll be back with much more. You're watching Off the Air on a Wednesday right here in the Quad Cities. Thank you.
Give me the keys. Learning to drive can be stressful for both the student and, yes, the parent as well. Relax. There's an easy way to avoid the stress. Skiles Driving School in East Moline has been helping new drivers hit the road with confidence for over 20 years. Whether you're a teen earning your first license or an adult looking for behind-the-wheel training, we've got you covered. Their certified instructors are patient, experienced, and use modern vehicles equipped for safety and comfort. From classroom instruction to real-world driving, we make learning safe, affordable, and even fun. Call 309-278-0098 or visit skylesdriving.com. Skiles Driving School. Get in, buckle up, drive your future forward.
Are you looking to take your next party, tailgate, or golf outing to the next level? You need Mobile Party Experience. MPX features 3 top-of-the-line party trailers equipped with all the amenities you need to party like a rock star. Smart TVs, Yeti coolers, JBL sound systems, grills, bathrooms, and much more. Mobile Party Experience is an experience like no other. Check out my-mpx.com or call 563-514-1470 and book your Mobile Party Experience today. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a fun show so far. A lot of fun guests. Obviously, having Alvaro joining us in the first hour was awesome. So check that out. And a very personable young man getting ready to make an impact on the Iowa basketball team as well. Also, joining us was Jake Brend talking everything Cyclones, which was a ton of fun as well. Jack Wendt from Alleman, the soccer standout, the Pioneers playing for a sectional championship coming up real soon as well. So thank you to Jack Wendt for joining us as well. And then Mark Nessler, happy birthday to Ness, 70 years old. Get into Ness guests. We'll get the links out there this afternoon. It's simple. It's easy. You win a bunch of good food from Hungry Hobo, and we thank Hungry Hobo once again. A couple quick notes before we let you go. A lot of going on. We've mentioned the 3 volleyball teams going to state in Iowa earlier. Alleman playing for a sectional championship. Congratulations to Rock Island as well. They'll play for a sectional championship coming up, I believe, on Saturday as well. So the Rocks doing big things in the boys soccer program as well. And then during this whole show, I looked down at Twitter, and there's the Detroit Lions extending Aiden Hutchinson 4 years, $180 million, 141 guaranteed. Pretty excited. Difference maker. Probably, in my opinion, the reason why the Lions didn't make the Super Bowl last year is because they didn't have that dude. He's back healthy and doing great things. So the former Michigan standout signing with the Lions, an extension, and you look at it, they've have nearly $1 billion in 9 players in extensions recently, and it's all guys except for Jerry Goff that they drafted, and they still have coming up Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, all guys that are going to command top of the market value still to sign in the next couple years. And it's funny because you look back at that draft class, that's the draft class we just talked about. Everyone said it was awful. Jahmyr Gibbs why would you take him that high? Jack Campbell, a linebacker in the first round. What are you doing? And obviously he's a stud. And Sam Laporta was great in the second round, Brian Branch as well. So, it's weird to have a competent NFL football team to root for, and that's what I get with the Detroit Lions right now, which is kind of fun. So anyways, a lot to get to tomorrow, another brand new show. We're going to go on the road on Friday, I do believe. The options are kind of limited, but I got a plan. We'll let you know more about that coming up tomorrow on the show as well. And then obviously we'll be ready for the weekend, and it should be a bunch of fun. So a lot more to get to this week. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow right here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo.